Goodell, in a letter to NFL fans that was published all over, said no preseason game, right? No preseason. And well, we announced that last week that the National Football League, and I mean we use any 62 media.
Hey everybody, well,
was basically
Goodell,
saying, hey, you know what?
in a letter
we are not going to have
NFL fans that was published
an NFL season. But even with that, would you believe that StubHub is still listing tickets to two, not one, but two games? That's right. You can still go online and buy them. I'll show you that in a moment, but I want to show you what you really came for right now, and that's this beautiful site at approximately 11 o'clock at night in Las Vegas, and it's this right here. Yep, that's right. That's the Raiders Allegiant Stadium lit up, and obviously a night test at 11 o'clock. This is the most lit that I've seen it to date, with all the exterior lights on. It's beautiful. I mean, look, financing problems aside, all the other hiccups with construction, this is a very beautiful, well-executed design by David Manica, and which would look good anywhere it's built, but it just happens to look really good on the Strip. And I can't emphasize what I'm about to say enough, but that Las Vegas does need the help, especially now. In fact, it's so bad that people who have really thrived from Las Vegas' famous informal economy are leaving, most notably Jedi Rich and Jedi Joy. They're on their way to Panama, if they haven't arrived already. They made a video about that, and I've been in touch with them. And if you don't recognize their names, they are a couple that, hey, Jack Bauer, how are you? Jack Bauer says, it looks great. It certainly does. Jedi Rich and Jedi Joy are a couple that started making videos and blogs and reporting some, I think, pretty good news about the real deal regarding what was happening at the stadium. However, their lifestyle is such that they were picking up jobs that caused them to be paid under the table in Las Vegas because of its low wage platform of employment, on top of a incredible flow of tourism, allows that kind of lifestyle to be led. But in the middle of a pandemic, when tourism just comes to a complete halt, guess what? It quite literally grinds to a halt, and for most purposes. And so Jedi Rich and Jedi Joy basically said, we're leaving, and they're on their way out to Panama for reasons best known to them stated, but best known to them. I look at what they did as a linchpin example of the problems in America with the government not getting money to people that need it, and the United States not having the large number of manufacturing jobs it once had that would pick up the slack, right? Take a look at this, folks. Now, someone at EarthCam, I guess, knows they were watching. Thank you. And they're zooming right in so you can see how well lit the stadium is. Now that the NFL preseason is canceled, they will have more time to work on the stadium and get it right. So, hey, they say July 31st is substantial completion or whatever. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore, because they're not going to have people in the facility for large events for at least a month. And so that gives them extra time to really prep, get it right, test all the lighting, and make this thing the 1,000,000,000% first-class facility that Las Vegas deserves. Las Vegas needs an uplift. Heck, the country needs an uplift, okay? And with that, I can't see how the NFL is going to get through training camp and expect to actually do games. The difference between football and baseball, which is going on as I talk, is that baseball can socially distance. But even with that, look at what happened with the Marlins, right? I wonder what's going to happen with the NBA when it gets underway. So far, they've had good results in the bubble, but once play starts, look, the coronavirus is no joke, okay? And we can't fast enough get vaccines to us. I understand that there's great progress being made, but it seems like, well, excuse me, it is a race against the clock. And it doesn't matter at this point whether or not we took social distancing actions quickly enough. My concern right now is that we're not putting out a package of advice regarding nutrition. All we talk about are masks and social distancing. We don't talk about what kind of foods to eat to keep our immune systems up, vitamins and everything else. That should be a constant daily refrain so that people understand how they can whole body themselves to protect against the coronavirus, right? Because it's all over. Hey, welcome to Zenny 62, everybody. Now, getting back to the stadium, this is incredible. I remind everybody, however, that unfortunately, and this is very unfortunate, the iron workers representing the people who worked on Allegiant Stadium have a lawsuit out against all the builders. That includes Dur Isabel Construction. Dur Isabel was the main builders of the roof. And the subcontractor, Fresenet, managed to get away without unscathed. But it's also enjoins the Mortenson McCarthy main contractor, and it also mentions Las Vegas Stadium itself. It doesn't mention the Raiders, but the Raiders are the primary managers along with AEG. Well, AEG really works for the Raiders. Raiders are Stadco for Las Vegas Stadium. So, and Las Vegas Stadium Authority. So this is a mess. The amount of money that's directly owed the ironworkers is just north of $1 million. Not a lot. So you would say, what's the problem? Why don't they just pay it? Now, that's what they say, and the lawsuit can be directly identified, right? That leaves under indirect. And they're talking about a pay period that stretches between December of 2019 and back to September of 2019, which encompasses the time that the whistleblower workers contacted me about the bad bolt problems and the compression ring problems that were going on with the building of the roof at Las Vegas Stadium. Remember that time? If you don't, go to Oakland News Now and type whistleblower. You'll find it, and you can read the whole series. But all of those problems, and look, this is not the first stadium to have problems. The Superdome had a whale of them and was being built, but hey, look, that's decades forgotten. This facility, once we get this economy underway the right way, we're doing it the wrong way right now. The facility you're staring at right now, let me give you a better look at it. This one is will be one of the crown jewels in the entertainment industry once it gets back going. But here's the bad news, and it is very bad news. MGM Resorts, one of the sponsors of Las Vegas Stadium, has announced that it is canceling all entertainment for all of its facilities from August 1st, through thank you for doing that, through the 31st of the month. And who's to say it won't continue? And where is that bailout that Trump promised for the sports industry? It's not there, okay? And for those of you talking about bailing out billionaires and millionaires, the vast majority of people who are working in sports they're not like they're lower middle class workers. And so when you talk about sports, you only think about billionaires and everything else. That's the wrong idea. But the Trump administration needs to help all parts of society, because what's going on is the supply chains are being broken. Okay. What I mean by that is, for example, let's take food. You know about the number of restaurants that have shut down, right? Unfortunately, many of them your favorites and mine in many different cities. But consider this: the food that is purchased by those restaurants to cook the meals that you and I enjoy on a regular basis, that food is rotting somewhere, sitting somewhere, or has to be thrown out. That is billions and billions of food dollars down the drain at a time when many are going hungry at various parts of the United States. There are some programs like in Oakland where that food is the food that the restaurants are able to get is being repurposed into meals for people around Oakland. It's a great program, but it's not federalized. There, and the federal government, if it knew how to do economic planning, if it had the right management, would federalize that. But I digress. Okay, let's talk about this gorgeous stadium. I have to also say that I had to sort of sneakily go around and get this live stream because it wasn't the one that's normally, God, this looks so good, available on the Raiders site. Let's take a look at the north view, see what's happening. This north view, this is during the day, and you can see that the parking lot is all but complete. And yes, not a lot of spaces compared to the Oakland Coliseum by far. And when you start driving in there, you consider players, families. Players and families alone will cause the lot that's before us to fill up like that. Boom. Okay. End of story. Then you've got television crews, stadium workers. My God, you're not going to have enough parking for the people that need to work here. Okay. But that's all common knowledge now. But let's stop to admire the fact that this thing looks damn good. It really, really does. I have to say, it's a beautiful facility. And Mark Davis, he did a great job at making it happen. And this is a live shot right now at approximately 11:01 at night in Pacific time in Las Vegas. And the camera is giving us one of those nice shots you can see that threatens to bring us a lot closer at some point, hopefully like right now. I don't know if you noticed, look at the lower, I don't know if you can, maybe I can move this. I can, yeah, look at this. Yeah, I can move this. And I was trying to enlarge it. It's full screen, all right? Look at this area. I don't know if you see the hand, but this area, this is the main entrance way. Look at how lit up at night it is. This is the brightest I've seen it. And then over here on the other side as well, and then around the rim. And you can tell you've got security lights. That blinkers are security patrol cars here. And you've got people driving around it at night, taking a look at it. Everyone's like, my God, this is lit up. This is lit up. This is lit up. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of it myself right here and enjoy the beauty of the facility. All right. And right here. Boom. Okay. And then do that. Oh boy. Quite the spectacle. Really is. This is view 3. That's close up during the day. And you can see how the walkways have been complete. And the stairway as well over here for the facility. That's view 3. View 2. That's the stadium itself. And the piping is all in place. That was part of the original design and now is real. All that's left are right down here below. You can see at the bottom rim with all of the boxes and carts and assorted materials and devices that indicate that this facility is still under construction. This is view 1 during the day. And then we're back to the live stream view here. And that we are enjoying. Okay. And oh my God, we have John Marks. Hello, room. Hey, John, how you doing? And excuse me, I meant to add back the stadium scene there. Let me do that real quick so that people can enjoy the show, as MGM Resorts would put it. And John Mark says, hello, Jack Bauer. Muhammad says, my high school has more parking than this. Muhammad, how you doing, my man? And Jack Bauer, and he says, wish they built this in Oakland. I do too. It is sad that it didn't happen, but we have to accept the reality that it didn't happen. And that's that. And not only that, there's another reality that we need to accept, in that I can't say this enough, so I'll say it and I'll look at you like this. Las Vegas is in big, big trouble, okay? Las Vegas is in big, big trouble, okay? So just want to put that out there. The way things are going in Las Vegas, in the United States, I could see this facility being used as either a gigantic COVID-19 testing center or a gigantic hospital. I am not kidding you. Because we don't, or you know what? A gigantic vaccine center. Once the vaccine is available, what better place to have to use than a 65,000 seat facility, brand new, to make sure that as many people got the virus vaccine in Las Vegas and Nevada as possible within as short amount of time, right? So this thing, my prediction, that's what this is going to be used for. All right. That's one big use for this come next year, if not sooner. I would like sooner. And it could wind up being used as a hospital if this whole problem is not corralled. That is a very real possibility, because you have to remember one thing. The owners of this are not the Raiders, okay? The owners of this grand facility are Las Vegas Stadium and Clark County. Clark County owns this. Now, for those of you who have been crowing about, certificate of occupancy, it's temporary. It only lasts till the 22nd of August. But the big deal is that they really don't need to worry about it now in terms of hurry up to get this ready, because the NFL is between the end of the NFL preseason, and it is. Don't go to StubHub and buy a ticket. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And the canceling of the UNLV game, there's nothing going on. And I don't care what anybody says, Garth Brooks is not going to happen. I think everybody knows that. Okay. John says, could Vegas get a Major League Baseball team in the near future? How? When? Why? Under what circumstances? I think as much as we want to get back to the normal set of conversations that define our lives, right? I don't see that happening. Okay. I don't see Major League Baseball expanding in the middle of a pandemic. The smartest, the most intelligent move is to just, first of all, you have to make sure that your players are healthy. You go off on these flights of fancy about moving someplace. Let's take that idea, all right? The normal thought, let's take that, John, okay? Let's take that. The normal thought is Las Vegas and Clark County have the money. Let me tell you something, all right? Las Vegas and Clark County don't have the money anymore. Understand that, all right? Alone, Clark County is $1 billion in the hole. That's one county. The entire state is in dire trouble. Many states in the United States are. It takes the federal government to bail them out. No one who is wealthy spends their own money paying to build the stadium facility. That money comes from revenue streams from different events and functions around the facility. Yes, government has put in a great deal of money, like $750 million in a bond issue, right? But that only covers part of the cost. No, and it was the government. It wasn't a billionaire doing that with their own money. If you take a look at the history of stadium financing in the modern era, going back to the 60s and just a little bit before that, I'll tell you, no one who actually knew what they were doing 100% financed the stadium with their own money. I don't care how much money they have. I mean, they didn't get there by being fools, all right? So forget that, all right? Mohammed says, in these times, to approve a multi-billion-dollar train project from Cali to Vegas gets me is what is Nevada thinking? That the funding for that was, and that motion was already in place. And I think what they're thinking is about economics of having flow. If you look at the gambling, and you should, if you have an opportunity, Mohammed, to look at the gambling monies that come from California, and let alone economic monies that come from California to Las Vegas and Nevada, they are dramatic. But also, by the time the train system is built, the way things are going, the pandemic's going to be over. All right. But this has been in motion for some time. This isn't like a baseball facility. And if you turn around and try to get public money for a baseball facility right now, the legislature will not have it. And a private person to build it will be considered foolish. I don't care if they have the money. I don't care if they're like Bill Foley and say, I'll build it, right? Because the question is, how much money are you going to make from that? When and why? How fast a return on investment are you going to realize absent the guarantee of government assistance? And you should always want government assistance if you can get it. If you can't, you need to have, and here we go with the problem, you need to have multiple streams of income within the facility. But in the middle of a pandemic, you're going to expect people to go out and spend money on retail like they normally did, let alone go anywhere? You're a fool. All right? So the economics of a baseball stadium don't work right now. They just don't. So forget that. And not only that, Oakland has already approved its redevelopment financing for the athletics. All it takes is a pull the trigger at the right time. And considering this, look, the A's are not desirous of just simply leaving the Bay Area all of a sudden with all the work that they've done and the fans they have in the Central Valley and every place else just to come to Las Vegas because the Raiders are there. I can tell you that is not even in the wildest dreams of A's president Dave Cavall. It's just not there, okay? So forget it. It's not happening. The kind of environment that you thought existed for Vegas to dream of getting a big baseball the way that it got the Raiders was destroyed with the pandemic. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. In fact, arguably, given the size of basketball, it's more likely that you would see Vegas get an expansion basketball team than a relocating baseball team. All right. So you're not, so you can get all that stuff out of your mind. All right. And so I've heard Oakland is charging 35% tax to business owners. Is that true? No, not right now. No, it's not 35% across the board. In fact, it's been 4% in some areas. So no, it's not 35% at all. A 35% tax on business is such that you would have seen a gigantic exodus, a hue and cry, or a taking up of arms in Oakland. That's not the case at all. No, not across the board. And so no. Now, getting back to the whole StubHub thing, let me show you something, folks. So you've got the great, and then I'm going to work on retiring for the night because it's 2:13 here. But I want to show you this, these, well, not that one, excuse me, this one, okay? Now the preseason is supposed to be canceled, right? But look, this is available right friggin' now. So why is it that the NFL says preseason's canceled, but StubHub has these tickets on sale? All right. What is this? This has been the case since last week. So is StubHub going to give you the money back if you go in and buy a ticket anyway at this stage? And shouldn't StubHub be ordered to pay some sort of fine for basically setting you up. This is ridiculous. Shame on you, StubHub. You shouldn't be doing this sort of thing. All right, look at that. So you want to know what they're going for, these tickets? I'll tell you. The upper deck here, that's going for, you can get it for 130, let's see, upper sideline 406 is $131 each. All right. This one, what is this? Trying to get this to click open here, and it won't click open. These are the, oh, here we go. Lower sideline 107. That is $428. Okay. And so if you check on checkout, right, and you go to buy it, look at this. You can sign in with StubHub and everything, and it doesn't tell you, hey, not for sale. It's actually letting you go through the sale. Wow. I mean, that's really rank, man. Okay. That is really rank. Okay. They have visit my tickets for your event status, or click here to learn more about our impacted event policy. Okay. So if you buy it and then it gets canceled, they're basically letting you go through the motions anyway. So you can see this and think, oh my God, the tickets are still available. I'm gonna get the tickets. I'm gonna, you know, I gotta have my tickets. I'm gonna get my tickets. Yeah. And you get your tickets anyway, which I don't recommend you do. And then you wait to get your money back. That, if you were my son or daughter and you did that, I'd be pretty pissed off because I know I'm not going to do it. All right. Okay. And talk about anything says, sorry, late, just need to announce if there will be fans. Just late. NFL just needs to announce if there will be fans. We have a right to know. Well, there are no preseason games. So there's going to be no games. All right. They'll have more time. All right. You have more time to work on the stadium. And he says, because it will be August this week, NFL is really slow. Not getting what you're saying there. Oh, Raiders SP. But look, by the way, great YouTube channel. I'm a subscriber. Muhammad says, you got to be kidding me. Ridiculous, man. Pure greed. It is. Pure greed. It's amazing what's going on right now in the middle of all this. It's like people are resorting to their worst behaviors. It's my God. Unbelievable stuff, you know. Sad, and shameful. Oh, my Lord. Okay, just shameful. So let's pick this up tomorrow, folks. It's 2:17 going on 2:30. And I want to leave you not with a negative thought, but I want to leave you with something really beautiful to look at. And it is this right here. Okay. I mean, that is a great, beautiful building. No question about it. It's a great, beautiful building that, among other things, really makes you think of Allegiant Airlines. I hope and I pray. In fact, I'm going to say a prayer right now. Dear Lord, please help us get back on a normal track in the government. Produce bailouts to help the entire society, and especially Las Vegas, which is the most vulnerable, among the most vulnerable economically. In Jesus Christ's name I pray, amen. It's time we all have to help each other, okay? We really do. And don't succumb to the evil people, all right? Let's all help each other, all right? So thank you. You're welcome. Very welcome. All right. I will I'll be back tomorrow. But please, everybody, if you have a chance to do so, one way to stay healthy, get your body mass to 25 or below. Understand? That means lose weight, get walks, no booze, fresh food, fruits and vegetables, not the processed stuff. Alter your diet. Remember, food is medicine. All right. I know a number of people eat for taste. They want to have this or that. But you know what? Food is medicine. You're talking about letting fans in the stands for the season if it starts. That's not happening. Now, there was talk of letting, in the Raiders case, maybe a few. But look, the Jets and Giants aren't letting in anybody. And the way this virus is going, I will tell you, with this spread of the virus, I'm not going to say never, but highly unlikely that you will see fans in any stadiums for any of these games. And not only that, I would not be surprised if the NFL elected to move the season start back, okay, like to maybe October, and give more time for copies of the virus to be produced, at least in terms of tests, and have these NFL teams as clinical trial recipients, something like that. If not canceling the season entirely. They've already knocked off the preseason, and that's taken a lot of money, as you can see, out of the pockets of the Raiders, as well as concessioners that would work there to make money. This is a big hit already. This is a big hit already, folks. Okay? And until we get this virus under control, and until the government sends the appropriate amount of bailout money and stops playing politics with it, it's going to take us a while to get out of this. We got the wrong guy at the top handling it. I hate to say it like that about the president, but look, it is what it is, okay? We need decisive economic action. He could have signed an executive order right now and pump $3 to $5 trillion into the economy like that. Stop screwing around. My goodness. All right. Live long and prosper, folks. And again, I can't say this enough. Be safe. Yeah. See you guys later, and thanks for coming by. I'll see you later.